You can see this book here. This is an African folktale story book, and you can see how the images look pretty consistent among the pages, and you can see that the characters, like I said, they are consistent characters, and the texts are very simple that even kids can read. All right, so in this video I'm going to show you how to create folktale storybook for free. You don't need any money to do this. All right, now the video is divided into two parts. The first is generating a unique and interesting story that will keep the reader glued to your book. That is very important. And the second part is generating consistent images for your story. I know a lot of people don't know how to generate consistent characters, but I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, now don't worry, this is easy. Anybody can do it, and you can get started without paying any sort of money. You don't need to pay, you don't need to spend money for this. All right, and I'm going to add you a bonus. I'm going to show you 3 ways or ways that you can make money from this book. Let's go. My name is Charles. The first thing that you want to do is to get clarity on the niche that you're in. Now, for this tutorial, our focus will be on romance folktale story. Now, before I go ahead to share this, understand that this can make you money if you do exactly what I say. Don't just watch a bit and jump off and think that you can just implement it, but you need to just follow it step by step. Watch every part. All right, this video will be more helpful to you if you only dedicate few minutes to understand these 3 parts of this video. All right, let's get started. Now, the first thing you need to do is to get your story clear. If you already have an idea of the type of book that you want to write, great, then go ahead and expand on your idea. But if you don't have an idea, if you're just like this guy here that doesn't have an idea, right, what you want to do is to pick a niche. There are different niches that you can pick. There's romance, there is mystery, there is mystical, horror, animals, or futuristic. And by the way, this particular niche, the futuristic niche, is not crowded in the African space. All right, now imagine creating a folktale book in the futuristic era. In fact, pick the niche that you feel would be interesting to your viewers, not to you. All right, now you can follow your passion, blah blah blah, but go with facts, go with statistics. What type of niche do people read more? All right, people are not going to read your passion. Okay, they might read your passion, right? So like I said, the futuristic niche is not crowded in the African space, so you might want to take advantage of that. But the shortcut is to pick an interesting bestseller movie or book. Just pick one, get the moments, special moments from it, and then spin it. And you cannot do this manually. You're not going to do it manually. You're going to use ChatGPT to do this. This is very easy to do. I'll show you how to do it in just a moment. All right, so you just go to ChatGPT and enter this prompt. You are the best story writer with over 50 years experience writing folktale story books. You've won bestseller awards. You understand copywriting, and you understand how to keep readers hooked to a story. All right, now you might be wondering why I'm doing this or why you should start with this prompt. Listen, we are trying to prepare ChatGPT. We are trying to nurture it for it to give us a good result. Now we are going to copy this prompt and paste in ChatGPT. I'm going to paste it and send it. Now don't worry about the prompts that I'll be using in this video. Watch the video, understand it, and then after watching the full video and you have an idea of everything, what to do and all that, you can now come back, pause the areas where I share the prompt and copy it, write it out. As you can see, I've made the prompt large. You can see the prompt here, it's big enough for you to like pause, copy. I don't want you to start, getting distracted. But first, the main thing is to understand it. Later, you can come back and write it down. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and hit the like button. All right, moving on. The next thing to do is to enter the power prompt. Now, let's go to our power prompt. It says, generate an African folktale story inspired by the bestseller novel, and then you enter the novel name. Like I said, we are going to use the shortcuts. We are going to use or get inspiration from a bestseller novel or movie. This time around is a novel, so you can change this to movie. All right, you can change it to movie name, and then you're going to say use an African tone incorporating names of villages and cultural elements. The language should be super simple, Do not use flowery or preachy words and expressions. Do not use complicated words. Begin the story with a brief hook that highlights the most unsettling part. Outline 10 chapters only. Structure the title and chapters to grab attention. Build suspense and keep the reader hooked without revealing too much. Do not write the story yet. Outline the chapter titles only. Now, this prompt is called a power prompt. All right. You can see here on this first sentence, I told you to write an African folktale story, generate a story inspired by, we can use a bestseller novel here. All right. You're going to add a bestseller novel name, the book title. You're going to use it here. And then we said use an African tone, incorporating names of villages and cultural elements. So it's going to be, so it's going to have the African vibe. But if you want to use American, whatever culture you want to use, you can just change this African or to the culture. Now here we said the language should be super simple. Now this is important. It needs to be simple so that everyone can understand, even kids. Do not use flowery or preachy words and expressions. We just want simple story without fancy expressions. Do not use complicated words. Begin the story with a brief hook that highlights the most unsettling part. Now, adding a hook to your story is very important. That's what's going to keep the user hooked on or glued to your story. All right. Now, outline 10 chapters only. Now, we are not telling you to just generate the story straight on. We are telling you to generate 10 chapters first. Outline 10 chapters only. So depending on the number of chapters you want, you can change this from 10 to 20 to 5 to 15, depending on what you want. And then here we are saying structure the title and chapters to grab attention. So we don't just want the chapters, we don't just want the titles to be listed out. We want it to grab attention. All right, we want the reader to look at the title, to look at the chapter titles, and oh, I want to read this chapter. Oh, I want to read this chapter. And that's what's going to keep the reader hooked, glued to reading your book. Right now, we are saying build suspense and keep the reader hooked without revealing too much. So as ChatGPT will be writing the stories and the chapters, it's not going to reveal too much. It's just going to keep revealing it step by step. So the readers will keep following and wanting to read more and more. Okay. Now, this last sentence is important. If you don't add this sentence here, ChatGPT will just start writing the full storybook, and you don't want it like that. You want to do it chapter by chapter after it has listed out all the chapters. So we are telling it, do not write the story yet. Outline the chapter titles only. All right. So we are going to copy this. We're going to go straight to ChatGPT and paste it there. So we have an idea of the novel name. So you can see here, I just told ChatGPT to list top 5 bestseller romantic books. So I'm going to use this one, A Kiss at Midnight by Eliosa James. I'm going to use this and I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to send this. All right. Okay. Now you can see it has listed the chapters, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10. And it has given us the book title. I like this title, The Midnight Promise. This title is amazing, looks good. And now chapter 1, The Night of the Broken Moon. Chapter 2, The Forbidden Drum Beats. Chapter 3, The Stranger with Red Eyes. You can see the titles. So now we are done with this. What is the next thing? We are going to start generating the story one by one. We don't want to just say, oh, write out all the chapters. We're going to take it step by step. Now, this is very important. Unless ChatGPT is just going to give you anything, it's just going to spill out things. All right. Now, the next prompt you're going to tell ChatGPT is write chapter 1. We are going to do this for all the chapters. So you just copy and paste. The language should be very simple, avoiding flowery or preachy expressions. Do not use complicated words. Begin the story with a brief hook that highlights the most unsettling parts. And now we are adding the minimum word count. Now, what is word count? We want each chapter to be at least 150 words, minimum and maximum 200 words. Okay, so I'm going to copy this as is and I'm going to paste the ChatGPT so it will just write all the chapters step by step. So this is chapter 1. It's going to write it. All right, once we are done with this, we press enter and it is going to write chapter 1. You can see here that it has written chapter 1 That means we are 50% done with our storybook. You just write the rest of the chapters and I'll show you the next thing to do. Let's hold on there. So we are just going to do the same thing for all the chapters. We have done chapter 1. We'll do for chapter 2, chapter 3. So what I'm going to do here is just to copy this. We'll copy this prompt. We'll paste the prompt here and change it to chapter 2. Okay, and then we'll do this till we get to chapter 10. Now, if you read this and you don't like it, you can tell ChatGPT to write it again. However, if you read this and say, oh, it's too small, you can say, oh, ChatGPT, make it longer. Okay, you can say make it longer, but I'm not going to do that. So you're going to press enter here. You're going to send this. It's going to write chapter 2 and it's going to be within 150 to 200 words. Now, this is chapter 2. We're going to do the same thing, paste it, change to chapter 3, and you're just going to do that. Keep going. Now, let's read chapter 1, just the first paragraph. The moon broke that night. It split into two, and the whole village of Zuberry watched in fear. No one had ever seen the moon like this. It was as if a giant hand had snapped it in half. The elders whispered of old stories that were meant to stay hidden. Now, this don't sound like romance if I'm reading this, but I think it has a bit of romance, right? And now you can see Ebony stood by the river staring at the sky. Her heart pounded. She had heard tales of the broken moon. Now you can see how interesting this story looks. We have all our chapters written out. It didn't even take me up to 5 minutes. I'm done with writing out all the chapters. Now we are going to do the next part, which is very important. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is to generate the images for this story. Yes, we want our storybook to be engaging so that people will keep reading. People keep reading the book. Okay, and we are going to add images right here in ChatGPT. We are not going any other place. We are not going to Midjourney. We are not going to Leonardo. We are not going to Playground to generate images. We are going to do everything here inside ChatGPT. Okay, so we want to use this secret tool in ChatGPT to generate images for the story, and we want the readers to visualize the story's content in a way that they want to share the stories with other people. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to open another tab. Don't open it here because we are still going to come back here and do something. Or I leave this like this. You just open ChatGPT somewhere else in another tab, and then click on the sidebar here and click on Explore GPT, and then search for consistent character. Now you can see options have come out for consistent characters. Now all these are GPTs. Okay, GPTs are just like plugins, are just like GPT agents that can do things for you. Okay, now you can see all these are consistent character GPT. You can see, but what I'll do is to click on the most popular, which is this that has over 500,000 usage or people using it. So you're going to click on consistent character GPT, fast and high quality. You're going to click on it and you're going to click on start chat, and you can see it is from DALL-E. DALL-E is an image generator. So I'm guessing the creator used DALL-E to create this GPT. So we're going to click here to start creating the character design, and then we're going to enter the name is female, right? Gender is female. And what would you like to name this character? So we're going to go back here and pick the name of the character, right? So I'll write the name Abeni, and then we'll send it, and then we'll add the details. We'll add her features, her age. You can see now, could you provide some details about Abeni? For example, her age, country, hairstyle, outfit, and other features you like to include. So you're going to say 27 years, Nigerian, black braids, African attire, no shoes. Very important. And then we'll send this, and it's already generating the image. Don't worry, we'll just tell it make her taller, and it's going to fix this. Just tell it make her taller. It's going to fix this artwork. Yes, I like this. So we're going to try one more time and say make her taller one last time. Fine, this is lovely. Now when you're doing this, don't try to generate another character in this chart. This chart should just be her and her alone. Should just be for one character. If you want to generate another character, you have to do it in another chat. Now we are going to prompt this. So we have asked ChatGPT to list out the prompt. We are going to copy the first prompt for the image. I'm going to copy this. So we are going to open a new tab, and we are going to, and then open the consistent character, and then we'll start a new chat. We'll start a new chat. So you can see here, the prompt says, a dark eerie village scene at night with villagers standing in shock, looking up at the sky. The moon is split into two, casting an unsettling glow over the trees and huts of the village. So Abeni is not here, so we are just going to open, like I said, generate this in a fresh tab, so it won't affect the consistency of the character we already generated. So we're going to paste it here, and it's going to generate the image. So this looks good, but it's wide, right? But it's wide. But we are going to save it that way. We'll use it like that. All right. So we are going to go back to the prompt. And you can see the prompt for the second prompt for chapter 1. Abeni standing alone by the river. So this is Abeni. We are going to go to the Abeni tab. We are going to go to this tab here. We have this consistent character. And we're going to paste it here. We'll say Abeni, then comma, standing alone by the river, staring up at the sky, and all this. We're going to send this. We're going to add African attire, no shoes. Let's see. All right, now this looks close enough to what we want, so we are going to download this one. We're going to save this, so you can see we have gotten 2 images for the book. So you're just going to repeat this process for all the chapters, for all your prompts. We are going to do this for chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, and all that. All right. You can see we have generated a lot of images. We have generated images that I'll be using for the story. All right. The next part is where the magic happens. We are going to head over to Canva. This is where we are going to create the book. Okay. Go to canva.com, click on create design. If you have not signed up, sign up. Canva is free, so you can use Canva for free, but it has some premium features which you would need to pay for. But for the most part, it is free. All right. Now we are going to enter, you're going to change here to in, and then enter width 6 and height 7. All right. And then click on create design. All right. Now we're going to add, just going to add pages. Now we are going to use the first page for the title of the book, second page acknowledgement, third page table of contents, and then the fourth page we are going to start chapter 1 and all that. All right, chapter 1 we should have an image first before the write-up. So we are just going to bring in all those images that we have generated and downloaded. We're going to drag them inside here so we can see everything now. So remember, the first page is where I talk about villagers looking at the moon. So we can use this. What we're going to do is to right click, set image as background. So we have the image here. The next thing we're going to do is to go to ChatGPT and copy chapter 1. So we are going to do chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. So chapter 1, we're going to copy this. We're going to copy half here. I'm going to copy this half, and then we are going to go here and paste. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a space here, and then we are going to, this is centralized. We are going to use this, and we're going to make this smaller. I'm going to bring this back here and bring this line down. So we are going to make this bold. All right. We are going to increase the size of the font. This is going to look good, don't worry. So you can see this split into 2, down, down. For stories like this, you want to give space. There should be space, you know, so it will be fun and easy to read. Now remember, I use minimum 150 to 200 characters. So we are going to leave it like this. This is chapter 1 image. This is chapter 1. And then we are going to repeat this to the same thing here. We are going to add a page, and then we are going to also duplicate this and bring it down. So chapter 2, the same thing. Oh, this is not chapter 2 yet. This second part of chapter 1. So it's going to be 2 pages, right? Like I said, it's still chapter 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste it here, and then we just delete this and we'll leave it like this. Second part of chapter 1. I'll add the image here, and I know here it was talking about what it's talking about here. You need to read what it's talking about to know the image to add. Our Benny standing close to the river. So I think I have a picture of her, an image of her standing close to the river. Here, yep, this is it. Set background. So the next thing, we are going to go to chapter 2 and then do chapter 3 just like this. So you can see we are almost done with adding. We have added other pages to the book. If we click down here, you can see the different pages in the book that we have created. All right, so now what I'm going to do is to add the acknowledgement here, the table of contents, and then I'll add the book title. All right, so let's go back to our normal view, and you can see I'm going to scroll down. We're going to look at this properly. Okay, we've added all these ones here, so it's pretty easy. Like I said, scroll up, and then we're going to add the table of contents. Let's just copy this text here and put here for table of contents, and then we're going to check here. I just change to contents, table of contents, or chapter outline. We're just going to call it chapter outline. Chapter outline. And we're going to take this out. Remember, we'll go back to ChatGPT and copy all the chapters, chapter 1 to chapter 10 here. Okay, chapter 1 to chapter 10. I'm going to copy it, and we're going to go here and paste it. We just paste it down here. Right click, paste as plain text. So you're going to take away all this write up at the bottom, all this extra write up here. From under drum beats, all these are chapter descriptions. We don't need it. Yep, all our chapters fit perfectly. We're just going to make this bold, and you can see you can add pages to this. Okay, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. List all the chapters. So what we can do here is to add acknowledgement. We are still going to we're going to paste this, going to copy this content here, and we'll just change this to, so you can write your acknowledgement, who you're acknowledging the book to, or whatever. I want to say a big thank you to my subscribers. Subscribe. That's not what you're going to write here, but just thank people, acknowledge people that have helped you write the book. All right, subscribe if you haven't sub yet. All right, okay, subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, and like this video so far. It's been great, I know. So subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Right now, the last part is the title page here, and it's quite easy. We have gone through these image chapter 1, image chapter, still chapter 1, chapter 2. You can see this chapter 3. All right, so now we are going to create an image for this, right? It's going to be pretty quick and easy. We are just going to say a Benny portrait, fair nevels, open eyes, and then we send this. We just want a portrait shot for the cover of the storybook. So this is good. We are going to download this, and then once you have downloaded it, we would need to remove the background from this image here so it will come out properly. We are going to go to this website, pickwish.com. storybook.com/remove background. Now with this website, I can remove background and still maintain the quality of the image. I'm going to upload this image. Now you can see how it looks. You're going to download it for free, and then you're going to go back to Canva and upload the image. So now we have uploaded this image here. Now that we have this image, we're just going to make it bigger and then add some write-ups here. We're just going to copy this title here. Let's get the title and the subtitle that we'll use. A journey of courage, sacrifice. Make it shorter. A journey of courage and sacrifice. Okay. So Midnight Promise. We're going to change this. Right. The Midnight Promise, a journey of courage and sacrifice. And then one last thing we're going to add is written by the author. We can say King Charles. Let's not crowd here. What we're going to do is we're going to make this let's remake it bold. No, we're going to leave it like this. And I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and bring it down somewhere here, right? And we're going to increase the space here, right? King Charles. So this is the front cover. Something is missing, right? Let's bring this down first. Let's put it in the center, right? I think it's okay like this. The next thing is the background, right? Let's change the background. So you can see we have our cover photo ready, and with something like this, you'll get readers' attention to just quickly want to read it and know what's inside the book. Okay, so let's look at this. Here you can see this is the cover photo, acknowledgement, outline, and other chapters and all that. So this looks extremely good, right? Beautiful. The next thing you want to do is to download the document. You can download this as a PDF. All right, now click on download, click here, click on PDF and save it. But we don't want to do this. We don't want to save it as PDF. Let me just show you something first. Click on see all. Okay, so what you can do is to scroll down and click on simple booklet flip. Click on it. Yes, we select all the pages. Click on save. This will bring out the beauty of this book. Click on view. The Midnight Promise, a journey of courage and sacrifice. This is amazing, right? Click next. It has opened the book. You can see acknowledgement, chapter outline, chapter 1, chapter 2. So once you're done, download it as a PDF and go ahead and publish your book. Click on download and you have your book. Now once you have the PDF, you can publish it. And just so you know, there are different ways that you can make money from this book that you have created. The first method is by publishing a book on Amazon. I made a complete video on how to publish your book on Amazon for free. You can check it out in the description, or at the end of this video I'll leave the video for you to just watch. So it's a complete tutorial on how to publish this book. It will guide you on how to use the Amazon format of book, because this Canva format will not really work on Amazon. You can make money by publishing this on Amazon, and like I said, once you've uploaded your book on Amazon, you can promote it on your social media platforms for people to buy. There are also other platforms like Lulu Books that you can self-publish your book and make money from it, not just Amazon. So check on Google. I talked about it in the video I just shared in the description. I talked about other platforms like Amazon. The next method of making money from your book is by turning your book into a video with AI and posting on YouTube or Facebook. So this whole book, you can turn it into a video and make money from it. Now, the thing about this method is one video alone cannot make you good money. You have to monetize first for you to really make money from the video. And then the final method is by printing a book out yourself and selling copies of it to schools. Go to primary schools, go to secondary school events and sell it to students or parents. They will like something like this. It's beautiful. Do something, print it out and go and sell it. People will buy. I'm telling you, kids like this type of visual book where they get to see pictures of the story that they are reading. Is fun, right? So there are hundreds, if not thousands, of schools in your state. Where you live, there are a lot of schools there. Visit them and sell it to them. You can even offer the school a percentage of every sale of the book in their school. Every school wants to make money, and if you give them the avenue, the opportunity to make money, they will make money. If you say, oh, I'm selling this book for 2,000 or 3,000 naira, or I'm selling this book for 1,000 naira, but you can sell it for 1,500 and keep 500, or you can sell it for 2,000 and keep 1,000. So we'll both make 1,000 naira each. So you have to propose this to the school like this, unless they won't really, take it serious. Because what value would you give to them allowing you to sell to their students? So they also have to make money from it. They also have to see value in it. All right. Like I said, there are so many other ways, but the first and the most important thing is to start. Start something. Write your book and post it. Try this and see if you're going to enjoy the journey, right? Who knows, you might just write a book that will break boundaries. Okay, hope you have enjoyed the video. Comment I'm trying this out and like this video. If this is your first time on this channel, subscribe. There are a lot of helpful videos on this channel. Check them out. All right, check all the videos and also help someone today. Teach someone a new skill by sharing this video to that person, your friend. Share it to your brother or that group on WhatsApp, Telegram, or share it on your Facebook. Don't keep this information to yourself. Let everyone grow together. Show people this information so that they can learn and grow through you. That's how you add value to other people, by giving them information that would change their life one way or another. So check this video out. I'll see you here.